Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Haney, physical
It's
therapist.
not that funny, Brad. I know you're an expert at that, but hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
I was admiring your ambition and technique, Bob. It was a
It was
win-win.
terrible. Are we going to finish or not? Hi, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Haney, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course.
Today, Brad, we're going to talk about how to improve your posture, meaning you people out there with 60-second daily exercises, no equipment needed. We're all busy, and Brad and I have found that the best way to correct your posture is not to, pick one time of the day and do a 10-minute exercise program. It's better to spread this out throughout the entire day, do this every 20 minutes maybe even, and just take 60 seconds, maybe even less, and do an exercise.
Right, just make it part of your life.
Yeah, that's right, because it's a constant battle, because it's very difficult. Gravity is working against you, and it makes it very difficult to stay upright.
Right,
You know.
and even when you mention it, he probably knows I'm starting to straighten up.
And by the way, if you out there haven't straightened up, it's about time you could join us and come into our channel and subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Subscription button here or here. Also, if you haven't already, go over to Facebook and like us, because Brad and I, it's really quite sad. As children, we're not liked, and we were picked on, and now we're trying to turn things around. And we're doing it. We're almost at 20,000 likes.
I noticed that, Bob.
Yeah, that's very astute of you. Okay, let's talk about the first exercise, Brad. We're going to talk about when you're sitting, and all of you, a lot of you may be watching us in a seated position right now. What you're going to do is take your arms, raise them up real high like this, and now you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades while you're lowering the arm to the side.
And one thing that really is helpful at this, Bob, is breathe. When you go out, breathe in and exhale, and think about everything coming back, and your body, everything's expanding.
Brad. Excellent point. Now this isn't one. This is one that maybe you don't want to do in the office because it'll draw attention to you. But we'll try to give you some that you can do that are a little more subtle too.
Some personalities will do it because of
they're
that.
like, look at me, I'm a peacock. So
whatever it
I'm
takes.
peacocking, as they call it. All right, next one, Brad, is a little bit similar, but you got the arms, shoulders at 90 degrees, and you're going to do basically hit the road.
Okay.
Hit the road, Jack.
So you're saying like you're hitchhiking?
Like that.
And again, the chest is going that way, the shoulders are going that way, and you're pointing the direction your shoulders are going.
And it's working some different muscles in the back that help, hold the shoulder blade back and keep it in the right position.
And it gets some nice rotator cuff.
Sure, let's throw some shoulder stuff in there too. And that's what this next one too, Brad. You're going to go in the shoulder in the same position, and now you're going to go down like this and squeeze the shoulder blades together. This is a new one. We haven't done this one before, have we?
But it's nice. So you're going to go back like this, not down and forward, because we went down and back. And we're going to do how many repetitions of these?
I would say at least 5.
Sure.
I mean, you can do more.
Right.
But I think 5, you start to feel it, and it starts to give you that impression of where you should be, where your posture should be.
Next one.
Next one, Brad, is the hallelujah stretch.
Oh, yes. Bob likes this one.
Yep. This is really good, especially for people who tend to start slouching like this. Every so often, and this works out really great in a chair that has a lower back, especially if you can kind of get your shoulder blades over the top of it. And you're just going to go back like this, and you can do it a couple different ways. You put your hands behind the head and reach back, or you can just go back like this, basically hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And if you're in the office and you start saying that, that's a whole nother person.
Yeah, there might be a reason we weren't like this children if we were doing stuff like this.
Now, Bob, I just want to mention, if you got an office chair, those nice taller office chairs that come up to here, that won't work so well.
Right.
You might, do it in a different chair that's lower.
Right, exactly. Okay, well, one thing you can do, Brad, you could put your hands back here.
Oh, there you go.
And go back like this, and if you have the motion. If you have the shoulder motion.
So you put and sometimes even making a fist.
That's what I had. I had a fist back there, Brad, and I go over the top like this, and it just kind of works it that way. Again, sticking with the non-equipment theme here.
Right.
So, all right, next one, Brad. You knew we weren't going to get all the way through this without chin tucks, right? People are probably so tired of us talking about chin tucks. They're probably like,
chin tuck.
nag, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do chin tucks like this. And again, as we said many times, don't go down, don't go up, just go back like this. And I like to give a little overpressure on this, Brad.
Sure.
I just do.
Yeah.
You take your fingers, or you take the, I don't know, what is this called in here?
Is it the hypothenar eminence?
It could be.
I think that's
the crook of your thumb. and do some chin tucks
That's
like that.
by the snuff box. I remember that. There's
Right.
Yeah.
Anatomical snuff box. So.
Ah.
Next one, Brad, we're going to go ahead and, if you're like this a lot, these muscles, I've seen it where they tighten up on people to the point where they go back like this and they have hardly any motion.
The platysma.
Yeah.
Platysma muscles.
Yeah, he's trying to impress us today with his knowledge. There's not much there.
The platysma's right there.
All right, yeah, got it, Brad. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do some neck extensions. Again, these should be painless. If there is pain, just go to the point where you feel the pain and then bounce off of it.
Right.
So
Don't push into it.
yeah, and eventually, hopefully, over time, you'll go further and further. That's the idea, and give it a good stretch. Again, 5 times. We're not telling you to do all these by any means. I'd pick one, do it, and then maybe 20 minutes later, pick another one and do it.
Sure, you better believe it. Remember to breathe on all these. Just relax and breathe. That makes such a big difference on how muscles relax and stretch.
Yeah, very good point, Brett. I always forget that. Chest stretch. The chest, again, pulls you forward, putting you in bad posture, very tight on a lot of people. So, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. You could go back to this hallelujah stretch and just, now instead of going back, I'm just spreading my arms apart, and that stretches the chest.
Right. Could I show you?
Yeah.
I like using the wall. It doesn't cost anything. There's usually walls wherever you are in a building. And right now, I don't feel it, but when I get back, this is an effort for me. I'm stretching, and I'm really working some nice postural muscles with this.
While you're in that position, Brad, you can just show a snow angel too, basically.
Snow angel.
So that's you're stretching the chest while you're doing this, plus you're getting a little bit of strengthening.
Right, yep.
So again, we're trying to give you lots of options. A simple way to stretch the chest, I always got to get that out, is just to really, again, grab your hands like this and pull them up like this, and that's going to go ahead and pull the chest.
I get that far out and I'm done.
Yeah.
But that's all I don't go very far.
As I was mentioning in another video, sometimes I just take my hands like this and rub that muscle.
Yep.
And it does seem to release it a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely feel a ropey, knotty muscle in there. And we want to get that one to loosen up.
All right, why don't we show the Levator scapula stretch, Brad? You can take that side, I'll take this side.
Okay.
So we're stretching the muscle on the side of the neck here, because a lot of times if you tend to sit all day, one day, people tend to tilt their head one way or the other. And if you tilt your head this way all day long, you're going to be tight here. If you tilt your head this way, you're going to be tight here. So
Forrest Gump was like that.
Yep.
His son was like that. And he went to it. He always sit there and I always wanted to have him a stretch on that movie. It was a good, kind of got me going.
Father and son watch TV the same way. They both tilted their heads. So you're going to take your hand and you're going to grab the edge of the chair, and then you're going to just pull over like this. Keep in good posture.
Yep.
And you're going to pull over. And now if you want, you can also take your hand and give a slight stretch, just gentle.
And I'm going to add one thing. If you want to get more of the levator, if you kind of look down, like if you have a chest pocket there, and then look down, it stretches a little bit differently.
Oh, you're right, Brad. I missed that part.
Yeah.
Yep. So
fingertips only.
Yeah. They both are getting the side neck, but this one actually gets the levator specifically by going down like that.
It's nice to do both sides because we don't have a chair here. I can grab here, I guess, and get that. But that helps lock the shoulder blade down. That's why we're grabbing down there when we're stretching up here.
Now the other one is a hip flexor stretch. Now this is more for the back. We just did a whole video on this. If your hip flexor is tight, it's going to pull you over into a flex position.
Sure.
There's a lot of ways. We just showed 7 of them, right? Or what did we do?
7. It was 7.
Okay, and you can just take a pillow. I'm going to show one of the simple ones. You're going to go ahead and put the pillow on the floor, get your knee on it, and bring the leg back like this, and I can go ahead and stretch that hip flexor. And hip flexors tend to be tight in people who sit a lot, so this is one you're going to really want to do if you do sit a lot.
Sure, yep.
Not easy to do at the office, though, is it, Brad?
Yeah, don't go up on the desk and do it here. Go on the floor, please.
Right. Again, this one and the next one is more of one that you'd probably do at home. Just take a minute or two just to go ahead, because this is the other one. You're going to stretch your back, because people tend to be, their back tends to be lacking extension because they sit all day.
Your back is his back is really flexible in this. I'm impressed, because what are you, 50?
5,700?
Yeah, 5,700 years old. But people in their 50s, close to 60, usually don't have this flexibility.
Right, and I do it twice a day.
Sure.
And it's just like we talked about. I don't spend time You know, I do it right before a run,
Yep.
and sometimes I do it before I'm going to bike.
Sure.
But and I usually pick some time in the afternoon just to throw one in. Too.
Sure, yep.
So, how about a door stretch, Brad? We got a picture of a door here.
Yeah. We're going to
So
get
here's a
We're
door.
going to get a movable door for a prop that moves in and out. That's one of my goals.
Put your hands, your arms on the side of the door.
Yep.
And I'm going to lean in like this. And again, just a good chest stretch. I wanted to show you a couple you could do when you're standing.
Right.
So this is a good one just to lean forward, give it a stretch. And
You can go into a corner
Sure.
like this and do it. Start out low. Oh, yes. Oh, this is so nice with these lapel mics. They can hear me when I'm talking to the
nobody
corner.
puts Brad in the corner.
Oh, this feels really good, Bob. I'm impressed.
I'm sure he doesn't know what line that movie's from. Nobody puts baby in the corner. You know what?
No. What movie?
Dirty Dancing. Okay,
Oh, really?
standing back extension. This is another one. Again, just kind of like what we were doing down there,
Yeah.
laying down, but now we're going to do standing where you can
Yeah.
just come right bed back. This is kind of the one you see pregnant women doing all the time.
Yeah.
You know. So this, and again, the back tends to tighten this way because you're sitting all day. So you're going to go ahead and just give some quick stretches this way. The good one to do when you're walking or you know, getting up from the desk. It's a good one to do.
Balance it out. Balance
So,
it out.
There you go, 60 seconds. Take that little time out of your life to go ahead and make those corrections to your posture, and it's going to help with your pain. It's going to help you look younger. It's going to help make you richer.
Yeah, because you really, I mean, if you go into a job interview with good posture, that first impression is important, and that makes a big difference as opposed to, okay, I want the job.
And
Teach
remember,
your kids that, by
and
the
remember,
way.
Brad and I are not just pretty.
We're pretty ugly, Bob.
No, we're pretty helpful.
Yeah, that's
so
right,
I want to
yeah.
make sure you subscribe to
Yeah,
us.
be helpful.
Thanks for watching.